What's bangin' gamers? Welcome to Weewa Palace. Today, do I even have to say anything? I don't think so. I'll just be silent this entire video. I already did that joke last video. Anyways, so yeah, we're coming off of a 2-3 game, or 2-3 draft yesterday, a 4-3 draft yesterday, so we broke even in the grand scheme of things 6-6, but we ended up losing gems in the end. So I'm hoping to go positive on gems on this one, and then also, of course, just have a good time, you know? Rank up in the... Well, I'm trying to get to diamond by September, so that would be saucing. And we'll see if we can do it. If I keep playing the way I'm playing, it's really up in the air. Alright, come on, we got one dude. Okay, we've got no other Fibblethrips, so our draft probably is going to go in our favor. Well, you guys know what card I like here. Transmogrify is a dud rare. It basically does nothing in limited. Everything, all the commons are pretty plain. Truffle Snout is flexible. Sabertooth Mauler is fine. But here, obviously, Tutelage is like a win con in and of itself, and getting it absolutely first pick helps you kind of decide on how to draft the rest of your deck. Goblin Wizardry we can hope to wheel, maybe make a blue-red deck. Kerr is fine in like green-red or white-red, but Tutelage obviously is first pick. Blue's a good color to be in. We're drafting with Captain Oves or CP Tove. I don't know. I'm not even going to try. Kebdev, Malte, Benrap, Hooters, Mikey, and TGD. I don't know what uncommon you first pick over a Tutelage. But, maybe a Hallowblade. Hallowblade would probably be the only thing I could imagine someone taking over Teferi's Tutelage, or maybe like a good removal spell if they're like tired of playing Tutelage. But Tutelage back to back is like kind of absurd. So now we just want any card draw payoffs, any card draw. So do we move into black and take this eliminate, or do we start with the Frantic Inventory? Or the Wow, this is a tough pack, because Scorching Dragonfire is such like a important card to have to hold down your early game. And then we can just kind of... Like, I think Scorching Dragonfire probably outdoes Eliminate. Maybe? CMC 3 or less. It does hit Planeswalkers. Oh, this hits Planeswalkers as well. Frantic would be good to be the first one to take one. I don't actually know what the better card is here. Because CMC 3 or less. Dragonfire works a bit better in terms of like combat tricks, because your things can deal damage and still get the kill. Well, now we're kind of hurting because we would have liked to... Pestilent Haze is pretty insane as like a board wipe. It can completely shut down a deck. Like red-white just loses to Pestilent Haze a lot of the time. Frost Breath is fine. Read the Tides is fine. Arcanist could be good. But I think we're hurting that we didn't take that Eliminate, but I think Pestilent Haze is enough of a sign that black would be open, and then we can get into like a Reanimator with Tutelage as a game plan. Yeah, black-blue is so open. Look, oh my god. Carrion Grub is like a bit more of a dedicated Reanimator plan. I kind of like Rousing Reed here to fit with our Tutelage. It puts things in... It allows you to discard creatures for reanimation later. You guys know I like Rousing Reed, so we're kind of filling up at 3 mana right now, but we have good 3 mana cards, so... Rebooter's also fine. and like maybe Rousing Reed Wheels. But last time I played Tutelage and I didn't have Rousing Reed, it was a nightmare. So I don't think we can afford to play that. Epitaph Golem protects you from Tutelage in a weird way, because you could just pay to unmill yourself, essentially. It's either Pestilent Haze, or sorry, Epitaph or a Vidalian, and I think Vidalians will wheel, so Epitaph is a fine pick. Waker of Waves is absurd. How the hell is this still in the pack? It is phenomenal in Reanimator, so we're just slamming that. Rewind is fine. I guess if we're trying to be control-y, Rewind is good, and then we can pick up more instants. So we're pretty, well, we'll see what cards come around, because we definitely could still be blue red or blue black, because Waker of Waves is also just fine in a deck as like its top end. So it's fantastic in Reanimator because it can put itself in the graveyard, but it also could just be the top end of like a red-blue control deck. And like at its worst, it's you look at the top 2 cards for 2 mana and pick one. So it's like draw a card. Doesn't technically draw, which kind of sucks for Rousing Reed. Here, I'll put it over here so we can read it because it's under my webcam. So it puts it into your hand as opposed to drawing, so it won't give you the Teferi's Tutelage trigger, unfortunately. But that's not like the worst thing, you know? It's still such an enormous play when it comes down. I honestly think I prefer Tutelage in the black-blue decks. We just rare draft here because those aren't good cards. Hell, we only have 1 creature. If we have 2 creatures, we can transmogrify the 1 and it turns into a Waker of Waves. Probably Wishcoin Crab. It's a pretty sad pick, but, well, we'll do Skyscanner because it draws a card. I think everyone's evaluation of Skyscanner kind of went down in this set because this set is so aggressive that a 3-mana 1/1 is not really where you want to be. Let's take a Sanctum speculatively, and then maybe if we find the blue Sanctum, we'll be in pretty sauce and shape. Those black cards didn't really look interesting. Blue is the only color we're dedicated to, really. And let's see where this pack goes. So, not a great first pack, realistically speaking. Like, the most exciting thing we have going is Teferi's Tutelage with a Rousing Reed and Skyscanner and Waker of Waves. So, ideally we get into Reanimator, but we did not see any Reanimator pieces wheel. Or, I mean, we didn't see any in the first place. Well, there's a good reason to be in blue-red. Also, blue-green looks good with Lore Scale, but Incinerator is quite the powerful pick. Roaming Ghostlight also would be playable in blue, any blue deck. But I think Incinerator is enough of a bomb that we'll play it. And now we definitely want to be red-blue. And we see the Shipwreck Dowser to return instants and sorceries, so now we just got to find more of those. But obviously this would be decent for a Reanimator. But Shipwreck Dowser grabbing a Scorching Dragonfire is great. Grabbing a Rewind could be really annoying for them. So, and we see that Spellgorger Weird We Hope that wheel. We got the other Sanctum. Wow. Maybe we play the Sanctums. Wall of Runes should wheel. Kirk should wheel. So I think we just play Sanctum here. Or pick Sanctum. And put in our other one. So here, probably want a Lofty Denial. It's just like an... If your opponent is trying to curve out, it totally derails them. So, and it's another instant for our spells payoffs. Sanctum of Shattered Heights is like my least favorite of the Sanctums. Because on its own it barely does anything, and with the other Sanctum it kinda does something. We honestly might cut our Sanctum package if we just have better things to play. But right now we just need more early control. Like we've got top end, now we need early control. Like I've built this deck before and I lost because all my cool stuff was too late. This one's a pretty obvious Spellgorger Weird. We could have, honestly, we passed the Sanctum of All. We could have had a 5-color Sanctum deck, but how the hell do you make that work? So we're definitely picking the Spellgorger here. That Cancel Might Wheel, that would be nice. Rewind with a cancel, double counter spells. You would absolutely ruin your opponent's, like, their game plan and their mental state. It would just decimate somebody. Double Weird, hell yeah. So we've actually got a nice aggro plan going here now that we have Double Weird. And Double Weird, it gets bigger with any non-creature spell, so Sanctums actually proc it, which is quite nice. We are really full on the 3-drop slot, so do we take Hobble Fiend? I don't think we're going to have enough creatures for Hobble Fiend to matter, so I think we'll take a Protege. We honestly might cut the Sky Scanner in the end. So this one's between Thrill and Sure Strike. I think drawing cards, because we have a tutelage, it's a bit more of an important plan. We don't have a lot of creatures for Sure Strike to matter. And if we saw a Sure Striker that late, I'm sure we'll find another one at some point. Tome Anima would be better for our curve. Spined Megalodon. It's like okay, but we don't have any sort of ramp, and obviously they're wheeling, so we're not really too worried about it. So I think we take Hobble Fiend just for the curve. Do it for the curve. Short Sword procs Prowess and Spellgorger Weird, so I don't actually mind it. We'll just pick a card. We probably won't play Burn Bright, but if we're in a pinch. Wow, Sanctum came around. Forget it, guys. I'm switching into the 5-color Sanctum deck. So, second Scorching is probably the pick here. We really could have, we literally, all but the white Sanctum we've seen so far. Another Rousing Reed would be great, but honestly, Scorching Dragonfire is just so good in this format. It just, the fact that it exiles, so it takes care of Brash Taunter, it takes care of Hallow Blade, it takes care of so much. I'm pretty sure it takes care of Hallow Blade. So we hope to see maybe that's the Tide Skimmer wheel, we hope to see the Rousing Reed wheel. But we took both tutelages, so Rousing Reed isn't as good in like any deck as it is in ours. And a Rousing Reed onto a Spellgorger Weird instantly makes it a 4/4 flyer, such a huge threat. So we definitely have threats in our Spellgorger Weird, but we do need more. I don't know, our deck feels very thin to me. It feels very like... We're losing an Anima and Hobble Fiend, which we know are wheeling. So if we take Teferi's Ageless Insight... Yeah, let's do that. It really accelerates our tutelage plan. What do we actually draw extra off of, though? Thrill draws us 4 instead of 2. Protege... The tutelage themselves draws us 2. Protege draws us 2. Rousing Reed draws us 4. 2. Sanctum is crazy if we have a tutelage. So I think we'll take Teferi's Ageless Insight and then look for more interaction. So this is like the only Reanimator piece we've seen this entire draft. So I'm kind of glad we didn't stay in blue-black. So we either take the Turret Ogre here to be like a big creature, or Vidalian. I think we take an Arcanist in this case. We don't really need a Turret Ogre, I don't think. It's kind of a boring pick, but at this point, our picks... Whoa, I was just about to say our picks aren't going to be exciting, but Soulseer is amazing. It loses indestructible till end of turn, so this also takes care of Brash Taunter and the Hallow Blade. I sounded like the woman that like sees the rat on top of the boxes of soda. Like, who's that? Brash Taunter is insane. How did we get this? Who? There's literally 4 people in front of us not playing red. Brash Taunter just wins games. If you've ever seen it played, it ends the game when it comes down. Another Spellgorger Weird is awesome. This deck just got so much better with a Brash Taunter and a Soul Seer. Are you kidding me? This pack is so good. Because we would play another Sanctum, we would play a Turn to Slag, but obviously it's got to be Experimental Overload to get back Dragonfire, Soul Seer, Thrill. Wow. Yeah, definitely happy that we stayed in red-black. Oh, there's red-blue. Arise again. Do we play double Sanctum of Shattered Heights, though? Like, now that we have this 4-drop slot as filled as it is? I don't know anymore. We'll take it, because I don't think we're really missing out on much by not playing Wishcoin Crab. Sky Scanner? It's probably... It's an option. We'll be able... Yeah, we know Tome Anima would have made it back to us. So our curve is super chunk, but we do have removal. We have early plays in one way or another. Spellgorger... Triple Spellgorger, that's like the thing I've missed. In all of my red-blue decks, I never find enough Spellgorger weirds. But now, like for once, I have the Spellgorger weirds. Triple even. So it gets bigger with this, that, those. Like it gets bigger with so many things. Alrighty, so this is the deck that we've settled on. We've got nothing at the 1-drop slot, which is, you know, fine. It was either Short Sword or nothing, and I don't really think we need the Short Sword, to be honest. Lofty Denials for some quick counters. Arcanist is our only creature in the 2-drop slot, so hopefully we don't get rolled. But we do have double Scorching Dragonfire, which is super valuable. Thrill to draw some cards. In 3 drops, we've got Rousing Reed for card draw and to make Spellgorger weirds like Unstoppable Flyers. Protege is a nice little draw engine with tutelage and just a decent blocker. Also, tutelage, namesake card. We have 2 of them, which was insane, and really ends a game quickly if you don't win with aggro. Sanctum is... this is my least favorite Sanctum I mentioned in the drafts, but it's fine. It's... Essentially, it turns your dead draws into damage somehow. So you can pay 1 and then get rid of a land, and hopefully we get it with our other Sanctum and it deals 2 damage to a creature or planeswalker. But it kind of turns dead draws into live ones. Soul Seer, great removal spell, 5 damage, kills Brash Taunters and Hallow Blades. Spellgorger Weird, obviously, the token card for these kinds of decks. Sky Scanner is just a decent little card draw piece and a 1/1 flyer just to have. Sanctum, we already mentioned, but this one, it draws us cards at the beginning of our turn and extra addition equal to the amount of shrines we have, and we've got 2 potentially. And then you discard a card. So it's a I believe it's called Looting Effect. And so we take 1, get rid of another, which obviously goes well with tutelage. It accelerates our draws significantly. Rewind, just a nice little counter spell, and it can help us keep up our instant speed removal or just other counter, anything really. Ageless Insight also heavily increases our pacing for drawing things. Sanctum draws us additional cards. Tutelage, Protege, Rousing Reed, everything. Everything that draws cards just draws double with Ageless Insight. Overload. Just, you've seen it before, it's the quintessential red-blue spells payoff. You get a big old dude, and you get back what in our case is probably going to be a Soulseer, Dragonfire, or Thrill, most likely. Perhaps a Counterspell in Rewind or Lofty Denial. Then we have Brash Taunter, which is just a house on the ground. It feels like it just wins the game every time it comes down. Shipwreck Dowser, another piece that can get back our also like ever so important removal. Incinerator is just a nice beater. Waker of Waves, pretty much the same. Weakens all of our enemies. Also can function as a card selection piece. So yeah, that's our deck. Let's name it something. I really feel like Brash Taunter is the one I'm excited about because I've never played it before. And to me, his name looks like it's Grumble. So that's the deck. Let's get into the games. Our opponent is in gold, so we are objectively the better player. I like having Soulseer and Sanctum in the same hand. Just kind of, this tells us we're going to have something to play. And if we have nothing to do, we can Waker of Waves, but I think Skyscanner next turn is going to be a decent little play. Get extra card draw going. Woo! We have double Sanctum. But we definitely want to Skyscanner first to make sure we get our 4th land, which we do, without a doubt. We would love to have an island as opposed to this mountain. But alas, you can't, you know, pick everything. I might... They just instant speed past the turn. Don't even choose to attack. Let's just get Sanctum going. They are in trouble if they don't have land 3. Oh, they're black-green. Okay, Reanimator. I don't know why they didn't attack last turn. But who am I to judge? Yeah, we'll draw. Discarding... Oh man, we actually don't really want to discard anything, but we can't play Rewind, so... Let's not keep it. So we can play our other Sanctum. But let's do this. We can Scorching Dragonfire the Deathbloom. Hit him right back. And it exiles it so they don't get the token out of it. And our opponent concedes. Scorching Dragonfire and Tutelage in the same hand is nice. Hopefully we draw another island for this Rewind. Our opponent's deciding to mull or not. They're a higher level Platinum, so that means they are objectively the better player. We'll show it a blue. Silent Dart, okay. Not too big of a concern. Nothing to target with Scorching Dragonfire at this moment. Hopefully they plays Hallow... Oh, I was like, play Hallow Blade. Well, we're just gonna get it on. Also, Scorching Dragonfire and Shipwreck Dowser feels great. Ooh. We'll draw more lands. I firmly believe it. I hope they needed those planes, and we made it harder for them to play, but there's definitely no way to guarantee that. They've got green, white, white. What shall they play? Visionary. Okay, that's probably one of the better things I could have played against us, because it's not a high priority removal target, but it also is bigger than the stuff we have on the board right now. But it does show us that they're not going particularly fast. Green-white usually wants to play like +1/+1 counter decks, and we've got the removal to sort of put a stop to that. Also, obviously, Overload. When you have Shipwreck Dowser and Overload with a Soulseer in hand, you just feel like unstoppable. Because we just have... Essentially, we have 4 removal spells in hand. That's worth Dragon Firing, I'd say. Unless they equip the sword to something. Okay. We could just trade off, but perhaps we'll find a better time to do so. So we actually are kind of hurting for a land here. We wish we had a land. So I should have blocked with Skyscanner. I'm going to hold up, rewind, and then Dragonfire their Visionary. This Animal Sanctuary currently doesn't hit anything. It doesn't make anything better on their team. Human and elf. And this only gets you bird, cat, dog, goat, ox, or snake. Great art on this. I mean, look at the little kitties. The little doggies. The oxen. And the snake. Oh, this is back breaking. Sorry to do it to you. Yeah, that's a nasty turn. Show your moves. Let's kill that. This Skyscanner seems like it really doesn't matter. But also like 2 damage, not that biggest deal. Wow. We really do be not finding our 5th land here. We'll Spellgorger weird, and then next turn Soulseer something. They've got 16 cards left, so at minimum they've got 8 turns. Or at maximum they have 8 turns, unless they get rid of this tutelage. But yeah, we're really hoping for a 5th land. I really thought I would find one by now. Ah, that's bad. Oh, back breaking. Wow. That's terrible. That puts us in the we can't kill that anymore threshold. Oh, well now we can. Yeah, we're just gonna Soulseer that. Let's do it now. So he gains the life, but we don't care. We honestly might block with this weird. And then next turn we can probably Experimental Overload, get back Soulseer, kill Enforcer. Or if we draw land, Shipwreck Dowser, back our Soulseer. Well, they are going to have Short Sword to put on it, so that isn't a totally solid plan now that I think about it. But we can do a block and Soulseer kind of turn. Yeah. Yikes. Jeepers. They're low on resources, but we're getting low on life. We kind of wish we just had more card draw going on. We've got plenty of card draw elements in the deck. And we still are really wishing we had our 5th land. They use the Silent Dart. There's our 5th land. Nice. Score. And then what do we do here? Shipwreck Dowser, get back our Soulseer? Or Overload, get back our Soulseer? Let's just have the creature out. We could get a rewind, but we have nothing at instant speed to play in our hand. We just want the removal spell. So we kind of need this Enforcer to... we need this Shipwreck Dowser to stay alive so Enforcer can't get through for the kill. We've milled all kinds of stuff. Apple. You're welcome, everyone. So I think we skip the block this turn. And then... are they going to find a way to kill it? Oh. Well, we lose. Wow. Man, they really had to think about that one, didn't they? Find a way to put it on a trample creature or a flyer. It's a huge pump and removal. So, we're happy to find that land. We're against red. What's the other color? Blue. Mirror match. Let's go. They had no turn 2 play, so let's keep up Lofty Denial and just make them feel sad. Oh no, now we feel sad. Well, Teferi's Protege, do they have a counter? I'm okay if they counter Protege. Okay. I ain't even worried about it. They're Jeskai. Oh my gosh, are they playing the Sanctum deck? I really hope they are, because I've literally never seen it, and I think it'd be exciting. So, the reason I think they are playing the Sanctum deck is that they have all of their colors going on. Nope, it's just Jeskai. Goblin Wizardry, no. We can't handle that pressure, so let's not do that. So they're splashing white, it looks like. But what for, I do not yet know. I want to play Tutelage, but they're so obviously holding a counter, right? I mean, it is the reason we have 2 of them in the deck. They've already Lofty Denialed one thing. But at this rate, like, Tutelage is our win con. They choose not to counter it. We'll keep it back and feign a counterspell. Wow, they did nothing. We are... okay. We're hurting for... well, we would be hurting if they were to play something, you know, detrimental. We want to land here, but second Tutelage gives me confidence. Can we even tap that? We can't. Okay, I'm turning off full control now. Please counter it. We have 2 of them. Oh wow, what? Okay. Why? Why are you making me get rid of the good cards? Do I really drop an Experimental Overload? It doesn't really get us anything right now, and we can get it back with Shipwrecked Dowser, so... we want the Rousing Reed after the Teferi's Tutelage to mill them for, like, 8. We get rid of another Wizardry, that's nice. So they... I don't know what they would counter if they don't counter a Tutelage. I'm gonna... whoa! Triple Wizardry? Is their game plan just mono Wizardry? Let it resolve, baby. Let this resolve. Aw, man, you suck. It's cool. We have the 1. Oh, now they have removal for Arcanist, don't they? Nice. Okay. Okay, you got me. Well, if that worked out, they'd be at like 13 cards. Oh, and now they've got what, recursion spell to get back what? Wizardry, probably? Because they seem very intent on playing a lot of Wizardries. Yep. They get back Scorching, I think? Or Wizardry to end the game sooner. So now we want to draw our removal, a cancel that they can't play right now. We could keep up Lofty, but they can pay whatever price we charge now, so... we can honestly keep this land in hand for our Sanctum activation. Or just play it. We'll keep it in hand, I guess. They don't know what it is, so... it could be anything. They choose to attack. We'll block. Make them cast a spell. And then we can Sanctum to deal the 1. Because preserving our life total is pretty important at this point. They have nothing to counter, so this trade might just happen. That's bad. That's very bad. Discard that. Hopefully they don't have another spell. Because then this is really bad. Interesting. Well, that kind of makes sense because they don't want to do it on their turn. Or they want this to be able to attack on the following turn. So do we just run our experimental overload into counters? It only can grab a Lofty Denial, so they might not even care enough to counter it. Yeah, we're hurting here. Watch it get countered. Yep. It's such a high value spell that opponents will like always counter, even though like a Lofty Denial does nothing to them right now. So they win in 5 turns. 6 actually. And we win in 8, so we need something. Second Sanctum would be great, because then we're drawing how many cards a turn? 2, so we're drawing 3 cards a turn, so we mill them 6 every turn. Which is a faster clock than they've got on us. That's 3 turns, and they need 5. 4 or 5. It'd be incredible if Brash Taunter landed. I doubt it will, though. But you kind of have to play your cards. You have to play Magic to play Magic. I mean, how many counters do they play? Okay. It doesn't really help against a flyer, in all actuality. Because their clock in terms of damage beats us now, but now a Rousing Read onto Brash Taunter is unbeatable. Yeah. And it stops all ground-based strategies. Weird how one angel is so like detrimental to us. So we really need our removal here. What have you got? He's reading our cards. Come on, opponent. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? At this point, even the can't attack or block, and active abilities we can't be activated. Okay, so we are 100% on the... We don't... This is so bad. That's good that we milled that, though. So we just have 4 turns to live, if they do nothing else. Obviously, we're both kind of flooding, but our flood is worse because our clock is faster than theirs. Or the clock on us is faster than the clock on them. They don't even have to counter this because it doesn't do anything to them. So can we win anymore? They hit us next turn. We need a Rousing Read or a Thrill of Possibility to win. And they probably have counters in hand for when it matters. So we probably... Yeah, we lose. No, not quite. We still have next turn to draw something good. No point to attack with Incinerator. If they have any pump spell on the planet, Angel is fine. Or Angel wins them the game. So, okay. We need any draw spell. We have a few. Nope. We lose. How many lands in a row is that? I mean, we got our bombs that don't matter at all against a flyer. We could have kept a bunch of lands in hand and then activated Sanctum like 10 times. 4 times. Wow, that is so sad. Why does that always happens to my red-blue decks? I just like don't draw my card draw. We'll keep this double scope spell Gorger Weird. With the amount of spells we have, we are bound to get something. Red blue, probably card draw, which we don't actually mind being up against because we want to mill them out, ideally, with tutelage. Overload is nice. We want second island now for rewind. What you got, opponent? Devotee. Nice one. Well, we want to be able to block with our weird. We can take 1 turn off, right? To have 2 3/3s instead of the 1. Because he's going to have a bunch of... if this works the way they want it to, they're going to have a bunch of 3 power zombies, so we actually need these to be 4/4s. Well, Pteranodon doesn't do anything right now. It's scarier than it looks. Or it's not as scary as it looks, I think is the way that saying goes. If we had a 5th land, we'd love to do Sanctum Scorching, but just a Scorching on its own is pretty nice here. Gets rid of Devotee. We'll take our beats on the Drowsing Pteranodon. And this hand is pretty good looking. We can Scorching, Experimental Overload to get our Scorching back. And Inevitable Waker of Waves. We might honestly get rid of this for our 5th land. Wow. They do nothing with 5 mana. Do they have a Ranger's Guile? That'd be a pretty huge play for them if they had a Ranger's Guile. Nope. So, I guess their turn just ends? So now it's not as imperative for us to have our 5th land. Oh, it is so imperative for us to have our 5th land. Whatever. We'll pump our Spell Gorgers, get at our Scorching Dragonfire. And then attack with 2 4/4s. Yeah, if they're going to have a removal spell, we want them to use it now. Brash Taunter just probably beats whatever this deck is doing. Unless they've got the Grasp of Darkness. Because then that kills our Brash Taunter. But then it's just more removal that they're using on when we have some good threats going on here. And rewind into Scorching Dragonfire. I think I've done it once before. It's backbreaking. Oh, well that's very bad. And we don't find our 5th land, which is also very bad. We can Dragonfire it, but that does nothing. I think we keep up Dragonfire and then Waker of Waves to get our 5th land for the Brash Taunter. Yeah, I think that's the move. Kill whatever they play, if it's killable, and then Waker of Waves ourselves to a better card. Or our 5th land, because if we get Brash Taunter down, have it fight Drowsing Pteranodon. Yeah. Demonic Embrace is a banger of a card. Are they holding up counter spells? Rain of Revelation, okay. Increase their card draw. If they have any pump spell for Drowsing Pteranodon, we just lose on the following turn because we don't have any ways. We don't have any flyers. So, oh, please play a creature. Let me Scorch and Dragonfire. Well, sad as it is, we'll get rid of that. Because now we put them on a 2-turn clock. We won't get to this fast enough. We want an island. Interesting premise here. We could Sky Scanner. Because Brash Taunter, if they have a pump for drowsing, we lose if we play Brash Taunter. But if we play Sky Scanner, they have to kill it and pump Pteranodon to win. So as sad as it is, I think Sky Scanner is the better play for us here. And they die on the crackback if they swing anyways. If they have a Primal Might, we lose. But that's a pretty like niche card for them to just have on like standby. Are we going to lose to 2 Primal Mights this draft? There was one draft where all 3 of my losses were because my opponent had Sublime Epiphany. And that felt terrible. And now attacking with Spellgorger weird kills their Pteranodon. So they don't... Okay. We'll block, obviously. What are we doing? We can play Swiftwater. Brash Taunter just wins us the game if we don't die next turn. And we can hold up Rewind, but then we just die, so... So they need to draw some way to kill us next turn. Or to get rid of Brash Taunter. If they have like Grasp of Darkness, they lose. Or we lose. We don't necessarily lose, but it's just that we don't have a Brash Taunter and no way to get rid of Drowsing Pteranodon. If we draw like a Soul Seer, we'll feel amazing. I feel like they would have attacked a lot more decisively if they had a way to insta-kill us, you know? I don't know what spell just does 3 damage that isn't in red. Oh, I think we win. Fight you. Deal 6 damage to you. Whew, yep. That's how Brash Taunter just wins games. Offense. Are you... Okay. Pray to the Lord in heaven above that this is a slow opponent. Like, let's see Reanimator. Let's see blue-green card draw. White-black. Life gain. Okay, we can beat life gain with this hand. With an Ageless Insight after Teferi's Tutelage, double Sanctum. They're playing Esper. Well, I don't like seeing that Watchdog. We'll play Sanctum and then Ageless Insight. Yeah. At this point, we're going to be drawing a ton of cards, so I don't think we need Okay, so they're white, like blue aggro flyers probably. Oh my gosh. We have like one of the fastest mill wins possible. And then insight. Insight with a thrill. He missed out on 2 damage there. Oh, we might just want a Scorching Dragonfire. Yeah, I'll draw the card. At this point, we're just all in. So we're going to Ageless Insight, take our beats for 1 more turn, and then we'll like Scorching, Sky Scanner, keep up Scorching, and try to just survive. If they have Lofty Denial. Okay. Sky Scanner can block that. So we're taking so much damage. We're taking 9 here. I think we'd probably just lose, but it was a nice try. Yeah, they had a super aggro start. Do we just lose here? Let's see. Sky Scanner blocks 4 damage in the sky. We kill something, we lose. Are we better off Vidalian Arcanisting? Or do we Sky Scanner, draw 2, Sky Scanner, draw 2, mill 4, Thrill, draw 4, mill 8. So if we can survive, we win. Sky Scanner draws 2, mills them 4, they're down to 10 cards. Thrill draws us 4, they mill 8, they're down to 2 cards. If they have a counter, we lose. Okay. They're down. It'd be amazing to just win, you know? You know? If they have anything that removes this, we lose. Anything that gains them life, we lose. Now we lose. I think we lose here. No, we Dragonfire that now. Okay. Ooh, ooh. My heart's beating a mile a minute because we're on the verge of victory. Please don't have a card to remove my Sky Scanner. Please don't have life gain. Oh. Oh my god. Oh my lord almighty. Oh my god. Well now... Hell, we were almost gonna mill ourselves. Oh my god, that was the ballsiest. Oh. Oh my god. Oh, no game of Limited has ever been so gut-wrenching. Ooh. Oh. So many payoffs. We can get rid of our Waker of Waves because our hand is powerful enough otherwise. So we don't actually mind this too much. Yeah, we'll Waker of Waves EOT. Just to make sure we don't lose immediately. Let's Protege. It makes a cool combo with Ageless Insight and also fixes our draws. not fix our draw, but it makes sure that we will attack. They're not going to block. And it makes sure that we can get our land, but we drew our 5th land, so we were lucky in that regard. If we draw removal, we can keep up rewind and removal. We don't, but oh, that's a lot of cards though. So at this point, I think we probably drop the rewind plan. We're drawing 4 cards here, so I was like, yeah, we'll probably get a land. We'll play our Spellgorger, so then we have our Soulseer. We'll attack again because we know they're not going to block. Now we have Soulseer, Shipwreck Dowser to get it back. Incinerator is a big beater. So just the fact that we drew 4 cards for the price of 2. We discarded 1, spent a card to do it. Alright. You're making a fine looking Soulseer target, my friend. Dub on a Soulseer. That is not something you witness every day. Let's do it main phase to make Spellgorger more powerful. We could draw 4 more cards with Rousing Reed if we want. Oh, why not? Make Spellgorger weird huge. If we had Tutelage, we like would have won by now. We can expect to draw. We don't even need a land really anymore. And we can probably find a way to kill them next turn. No, that's not guaranteed. Especially if they leave back blockers. Oh, they steal our Spellgorger. That's not good. At this point, it's too late for Teferi's Tutelage, so I think we Shipwreck Dowser our Soulseer back, but then they can just pump it, so that's not a great plan. Can we get on the Tutelage plan? No, we're definitely too low for that. We're so close to dead. Like, if they play anything, we lose if we don't have a flyer to block. Scorching Dragonfire is good. And we'll Dragonfire their Mistral Singer. Yeah, the Enthralling Hold was a bomb of a play right there. Okay. They tap our things down. And Spellgorger Weird is now unkillable. Oh, we lose. Yeah, they give it resistance to red and then they kill us, so that's okay. We got our 3rd win. We went 3-3. Okay, moral of the story. I've had it multiple times, even with my old Teferi's Private Sauna deck. Red-blue Tutelage does not work. Unless you would only have red removal and then blue like stalling. You just get rolled over. You get rolled over if you don't have all of the early game removal and trickery. You just get rolled over. I think Tutelage has to be blue-green or blue-black because those just have more powerful like top-end plays. Yeah, red-blue, I think you need to be aggressive with it because if you spend your entire game drawing cards without the Tutelage, you don't do anything. If you spend the entire game hoping to get Tutelage and not being aggressive, you don't get them down fast enough life total-wise. So, anyways, that game 3, that's like probably the fastest Tutelage mill out I've ever had. I don't know if there's like a record on that or whatever, but anyways, we speedran the mill, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.